So one thing to note when training biceps is you want to make sure you minimize your shoulder activity. So when we're doing these exercises, right, if you notice, the elbows are forward so that they don't shift back. When they shift back, mainly when you're coming down, you actually lose some of the resistance in the bicep. It starts to shift to the shoulder. So be very careful of that when you're doing your bicep training. A lot of us are thinking that we're effectively training the biceps and breaking down the biceps, but we're not realizing that because there's so much motion in the shoulder, a lot of the resistance is actually falling in the shoulders instead of the bicep. So do me that favor. You'll see a tremendous difference in your bicep gains if you keep the tension in your biceps. Remember, it's not about this pulling up. It's not about pulling up. It's about controlling down on the biceps. Very important. The exercise we did a couple days ago, we were going up with a nice squeeze, but even when we're coming down, we're focused on the tension in the bicep first before the shoulders. So here, as we're dropping the forearm shifts the bicep, shifts the resistance to the bicep instead of the resistance falling into the shoulder. So be very important, you be very aware of these things. And this is why I say when we're doing this particular exercise that we just showed you, the whole point of us holding those triceps forward a little bit is just to make sure that they're not drawn back so that we start to, once again, train shoulders a little bit more than biceps. So be mindful of that when it comes down to your bicep training. A lot of us may not realize that a lot of what we're doing is more shoulder work than actually bicep work, mainly if you want to break the biceps down. And remember, keep the tension in the bicep like this. Like I said, this isn't doing anything but squeezing the bicep. Once you get that contraction at the top, all we want to do is keep the contraction, keep the resistance from the weight on that muscle group to effectively break it down and build it the way that we want. But let's hit this 50 clip on this triceps. Let's get it.